What is a fractional CMO for small businesses? Well, a fractional CMO for small businesses is somebody that's going to come in and make sure that one very specific thing does not happen. They're going to make sure that you don't waste money on the wrong priorities. Unfortunately, most small businesses, they're attacked by marketers 24/7. So they're always being told what they need to do next in order to be successful. And a fractional CMO can come into your small business and say, look, you're here, your revenue goals are here. Eventually, a year from now, we want to have you here. If you want to shorten the gap between this point and that point, here are the very first 3 priorities we need to work on. By the end of this video, you're going to know what a fractional CMO for small businesses actually does. You're going to know what it should cost you. Is this the right moment to hire them? And how you can actually remove costs and put them into a different place so that you can actually afford a fractional CMO for your small business. When it comes to hiring a fractional CMO, one of the biggest challenges I see with a lot of small businesses is they just think they're too small. It might be too premature to actually be hiring a fractional CMO. Even the term fractional CMO kind of seems like there's somebody way up here when you're a small business just getting started. Like, ooh, I don't have the clout yet to justify, hiring somebody like that. But the reality is, it just comes down to resources. Because where a lot of the biggest mistakes actually get made is when a business is still small. They're constantly putting out fires, they're constantly trying new marketing strategies, they're constantly hiring and firing different vendors, and it's a little bit like playing whack-a-mole when you're a small business. And quite frankly, there's usually not a lot of people around you to guide you, to help you get past the obstacles, to maximize your revenue and minimize your costs. So you kind of feel like you're all alone and you're just trying stuff to see if it will actually work. If you can actually justify bringing in a fractional CMO, they can help you prioritize your elements so you don't waste money. They can help you focus on the immediate things that are actually going to move the needle so your revenue can grow faster, and you can have somebody that's been in the trenches for 5 to 10 years already that can say, yeah, do this, don't do this. This is going to take us to here the fastest. Listen to me. And it's kind of like having a warm blanket around you when most people are out there just fending for themselves. Now, here's a key distinction. Even though it's called fractional CMO, you're not hiring another marketer. You're hiring a marketing expert. So a fractional CMO often gets compared to, for example, hiring a media buyer or a copywriter or a designer. That's not what they are. They've worked with those types of people for years. They know who's good, who's bad. They can often create introductions to the right ones for you so you don't waste time picking the wrong ones in the beginning. But most importantly, again, they're not a marketer, they're a strategist. They're the person that comes in and says, well, based on our revenue today, this idea, this strategy is going to actually get us to this next mark in revenue the fastest. Ignore all of these other things. Ignore these distractions. Then when we get here, we're going to place this on top of this, and then we're going to put this on top of this, and we're not going to get distracted from this plan because I know from my experience over the last 10 years, this is going to get us to the end result the fastest. They are not another marketer. They are a strategist to get you where you want to go. The reason why this matters is because most small businesses need more focus than they need marketing. Again, I get it. I've been in this industry for 20 years. I see the same things as you do. I see all of the different ideas and strategies that everybody says, oh my gosh, this is working like a hot damn right now. You have to do it. I get it. I get bombarded by the same things. But when you're trying to focus on 20 things or testing 20 things at the same time, often your results are going to be awful in all of them. What you need to do is you need to focus on the one thing that's going to move the needle the fastest. You need to perfect it. You need to create SOPs for it. And then you need to hand it off to someone or an AI tool that's going to consistently implement it. And then you start to stack on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, but not until you've perfected the last thing. One of the biggest issues with small businesses is distraction and multitasking and focus. That's what a fractional CMO brings to you, is that iron hand that keeps you on the track. As you continue to build your business, you're going to also get really excited. One of the things that's nice about being a fractional CMO is you make a couple of tweaks right away and the revenue goes up and the profitability goes up, and then the business owner gets really excited and says, oh my gosh, I can't wait to scale this. Well, that's the other side of the equation. People who have a lot of experience, that have been around the block, like myself, who've seen companies go from 0 to $1 million a month in under a year and a half, who've seen companies go from 0 to $50 million a year in under 3 years. They've seen that exponential growth. They've also seen what happens on the backside of that. The faster a business grows, the higher chance that there's a dumpster fire in the operations on the back end. So if you have a good fractional CMO, they can say, look, we're gonna tweak this and we're gonna tweak this. This is gonna increase our leads, our sales, our revenue by this amount. At that point, we need to pause for a moment because we need to install these things in operationally so our customers get a great product, a great service, our team is trained properly, they're hired, they're recruited, they're comfortable, and then we'll go back to turning this knob and scaling the business again. Because if you don't have that balance in the equation, you will blow the wheels right off of your business and collapse the entire thing. If you're trying to figure out if your small business is right for a fractional CMO right now, first off, I'd say it probably is. It's just a resource question. But I want you to go and watch the video that I have below. It's called The 5 Things That Every Business Should Do Before Hiring a Fractional CMO. And I actually have a free PDF download for you there called the 7-Mile Method, where we actually looked at all of our 7-figure clients and our 8-figure clients, and we found the common variables between all of them. And you can look at your business and look at this download and say, where do we fit in? And it'll actually give you a great roadmap for hiring a fractional CMO in the future, should you choose to do so. So go ahead and watch the video. We'll see you there.